like a boss.
Next time I see you, you'll be a different person, maybe. But gray hair wrapping your face won't hide shame between those legs.
You know, I was watching the Bill Maher show the other day, and yesterday actually, and at the end of the show, he was giving out these statistics, and he was saying stuff like, he's basically talking about how fucking stupid Americans are.
On the eve of the Iraq War, 70% of Americans thought Saddam Hussein was personally involved in 9/11. 6 years later, 34% still do.
Which I'm really getting tired of that. You know, I'm not saying we're not fucking stupid. I'm just like, as compared to who? You know, I haven't traveled to a lot of places, but I've been to some places that were not flying the American flag, and there's just as many fucking morons. You know, if everybody's smart, then there's no smart guys. You're just regular. You know what I mean? Jesus, wow, Bill, that was fucking deep. Fuck you. What the fuck you want from me? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So anyway, so he's doing this poll. I actually really like his show. One of the things I love about Bill Maher is he's not really likable, and he doesn't seem to give a fuck. And, you know, I mean, yeah. I mean, is that the kind of person you want to have over for dinner? Probably not, but that's a good recipe for getting a lot of pussy in life. We'll discuss that later. Plowing ahead here. So he starts doing all these polls, and he's sitting there going, you know, 18%, only 18% of Americans could name, knew that there was 2 senators for every state. And only 11% could name who they are.
Nearly half of Americans don't know that states have 2 senators. And more than half can't name their congressman. And among Republican governors, only 3 got their wife's name right on the first try.
You know, so immediately that's supposed to make it seem like everybody's dumb. And my first thought was, okay, 18% can know that you get 2 senators per state, but I bet, you know, a good 28% could explain the cover 2 defense.
Cover 2 means that we have 2 safeties playing half field zone. That is, they're playing deep halves, splitting the field in half.
You know, it just depends on what the fuck you're into. I like when people are really into something and you're not into it, and then they consider you stupid.
What the crap is this?
Warriors, prepare to cross swords. That's it.
Gavin, you stupid dingleberry, what you listening to? Wuss tunes? Turn it off!
I mean, granted, we are talking about the people who determine how we live our lives. Actually, they don't. That's the illusion, you know? It's the fucking bankers, okay? They run everything, man. I'm telling you, I'm not going to do that again this week and embarrass myself with my incredible lack of knowledge. But, you know, whatever. I just don't think people are as fucking dumb as... They're lazy, you know? But the way they really just depict people out there, like people are just walking around with their fucking mouths hanging open, not realizing that they're drooling all over the front of their Kenny Chesney shirt. And I don't even know who Kenny Chesney is. I mean, I know he's a country singer. Was that the one who was married to that chick whose fucking face squints up whenever she smiles? Yeah, and they were married for like 3 days. Bald dude. Is that who the fuck it is?
Some know Kenny Chesney from the tabloid coverage of his brief marriage to actress Renee Zellweger. They met in January 2005, married in May, and split in September. Zellweger insisted on an annulment, not a divorce. On the paperwork, she cited fraud, igniting months of internet and tabloid speculation, suggesting Chesney was gay.
Huh? I don't know. I can't stand country music. It's just depressing. It's depressing and it's geeky. And everybody sings like they're in puberty. There you go. That was nice generalizations, huh? I'll have a blue. That shit, I can't fucking stand that. And I don't like rednecks' blind pride in being an American.
Thank you for this opportunity. I mean, it's a gift to mess with the Jews and the terrorists on the same night. I mean, it's like
Christmas in July.
It's like Christmas in July.
You know, because it always involves sticking a boot up somebody's ass or whatever the fuck it is. It's just like, why can't you be here and just be happy? You know?
Daniel.
You just ignore them. It's like 3 days. They flip out for 3 days. They try to bully you into an apology.
Well, you can't ignore them when they're right in the audience and you're playing to them.
You tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, believe me.
It's a comedy
you know what?
show. That's all you do. It's like
Sweetheart, I do it here every week.
it's
you don't have to tell me.
manufactured strategic outrage. Like I had
Right.
somebody recently started to say that I did a rape joke in my because they wanted to make a point about it.
Bringing up.
Okay,
yes.
but I didn't. I used the word rape. But if you use the word rape, that doesn't mean you're doing a rape joke. And the person basically took my act, already had their mind made up, and then they just made my jokes make their point. And
All right,
you know,
well,
so I mean, I guess you can do that, but I mean, it doesn't mean that's what I was saying.
Well, then forget it. Let's not have a good cry together. But as long
that
as
not
we're-
what you wanted
as long
out of
as
that?
we're, as long as we're on the subject, I'm just.